hiding his pain. Quote, "I cannot hide my pain today," end quote, said a popular Scottish imam over the messaging platform WhatsApp in another setback for the movement to moderate Islam. A popular imam heading the Glasgow Central Mosque has words of praise for a murdering extremist. Imam Maulana Habib Rahman of Scotland's largest mosque is feeling disturbed and upset at news emerging from Pakistan. The trouble began in 2011 in the Punjab province of Pakistan at the hands of extremist Mumtaz Quadri. His employer, Provincial Governor Salman Taseer, had made known his wishes to dilute the strict blasphemy laws that threaten the liberties and lives of religious dissenters in the Muslim nation. But wanting to tone down blasphemy laws is itself blasphemy in the eyes of some radicals. Quadri, in his capacity as bodyguard for the governor, turned on the official he was sworn to protect and shot him 28 times in Islamabad on January 4th. After the murder, Quadri told reporters that he was proud to have killed a blasphemer. It was not until this February that Quadri's sentence was carried out, death by hanging, but the radicalism Quadri represents still finds sympathizers as far away as Scotland, with Imam Rahman expressing his sorrow at the punishment of a true Muslim, who, in the Imam's words, did that which the collective will of the nation failed to carry out. The will of the nation did in fact carry out something only slightly less alarming. A parade of supporters gathered to throw rose petals on the ambulance carrying the body of Quadri for funeral processions in the town of Rawalpindi. Lately, the controversial Glasgow imam has come under criticism for praising the murder, backtracking with a statement that he only intended to express opposition to capital punishment. But Glasgow lawyer Amar Anwar counters by saying, to describe a convicted terrorist as a true Muslim is grotesque. Giving them the slip. The Jewish community in the Yemeni town of Rajah has come to an end at last, and the state of Israel couldn't be happier. Since 2015, Yemen has been reeling under a bloody civil war involving various parties all murderously hostile to Jews, prompting a retreat to safer territory. As no Jewish community can be truly complete without scriptures, so the loss of a centuries-old Torah scroll spells the end of the Rajah group. But the scroll was in fact smuggled to Israel, along with the people eager to protect it from the anti-Semitic chaos exploding in the predominantly Muslim country. Amidst the fiery politics unfolding in Yemen, Israeli-American businessman Modi Kahane fears repercussions from the liberation of the ancient scroll. When Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu was photographed reading from the scroll in the company of Rabbi Salman Dahari, Kahane recognized the possibility that the embattled Yemeni government could still assert its rights to the scroll on the basis of international law. For now, the Yemeni government is engaged in pursuit of anyone still in the country who assisted the final group of 19 Jews in their daring escape with the artifact, still deemed the property of Yemen. Both the Jewish Agency for Israel and the U.S. State Department are credited with coordinating a covert operation to remove people and property from the war-torn state. Reports indicate a population of 40 Jews may remain voluntarily in the country under the protection of the American Embassy, but without their religious talisman. While there are fears of torture for the Jewish man and Muslim airport worker arrested as accomplices in the smuggling, the repatriated Jews have no regrets, according to the Jewish Agency spokesperson Avi Meyer, who stated that the ancient Torah scroll brought from Yemen to Israel this week is the property of the Rajah Jewish government and of Yemenite Jewry and of the Jewish people. Pope washes feet of Muslim migrants. Pope Francis visited a center for asylum seekers outside of Rome, where he performed a ceremony washing the feet of 12 of the migrants there. The migrants, many of whom were refugees, were a mix of various faiths including Muslim, Hindu, Catholic, and Coptic Christians. The foot-washing ritual became a part of Holy Thursday's Masses in the 1950s. Jesus washed the feet of his 12 apostles at the Last Supper. So the symbolic act also imitates Jesus' gesture of servitude. A number of the migrants whose feet were washed by the Pope had tears streaming down their faces. Pope Francis has done similar things before. Shortly after he was elected in 2013, he washed the feet of Muslims, but this time it comes on the heels of the Brussels terror attacks, for which the Islamic State has taken credit, and a wave of anti-Muslim backlash across Europe. Francis condemned the attacks, but drew a sharp contrast between those responsible for terrorism and the millions of peaceful Muslims living in Europe, saying, quote, "There are manufacturers, arms dealers who want blood, not peace. They want the war, not fraternity. You, we, all of us together of different religions, different cultures, but children of the same Father, brothers, and there, those poor people who buy weapons to wreck fraternity. Today at this time, when I do the same act of Jesus washing the feet of 12 of you, let us all make a gesture of brotherhood, and let us all say, we are different, we have different cultures and religions, but we are brothers and sisters and we want to live in peace." Since becoming pontiff, Pope Francis has made poverty a key issue. He has spoken in the past about Europe's refugee and migration crisis, calling it a structural reality and that European leaders need to find a balance between security and helping migrants. In a statement earlier this year, the Pope said, "Migrants are our brothers and sisters in search of a better life, far away from poverty, hunger, exploitation, and the unjust distribution of the planet's resources, which are meant to be equitably shared by all." Whatever Pope Francis's critics might say, it would be difficult to argue that he hasn't conducted himself with more compassion and humility than his predecessors.